All right, shalom, shalom, boys. Here. What are we doing today? Off the day, and one of the things that I like to do is review the garden because you like to see how you're doing during the beginning, spring, summer, and going into the fall. So let's just walk you through what's going on here on the land when it comes to growing food. Uh, as we know, it is a serious, serious, serious heat wave that's going on in this country and in this world. And one of the challenging things that a lot of people are experiencing now is how to make sure that your garden stays hydrated, stays watered, even in this blistering heat. As I stand out here now, it's probably at least 97 or 100 degrees. And in spite of that heat, you're going to still need to ensure that your plants are being watered. And so, you know, at times like this, I see the importance of why I did what I did and the actual manifestation of it when it comes to how I set up the garden. Now, you see here, these are the raised beds that I implemented. And as you see here, let's see. This bed we recently cleaned out and we're replanting. Probably, I don't know what's in these, whether it's broccoli or collards, as you see right there. That's some Swiss chard that we've been eating off of. And it's still growing, so we continue to eat off of it. And as you see, we got the tomatoes that are continuously growing. And what we do in order to extend it into the fall, we go ahead and we take a clipping and then put it in some water and then go ahead and start some tomatoes for the fall planting. Here we have, what do we have here? We have some eggplant. So we got some eggplant growing. We got our pepper plants growing very well. And see, in these raised beds, it's very easy to go ahead and fertilize as well as plant. And see, we use the mulch, we use sheep poop, we use egg cuttings. If you see here, see right there, that's the eggshells. We use sheep poop. We use wood ash from the stoves from the fall, and we save that stuff so that we have. See that right there? We have enough of this nutrient-rich stuff so that we can go ahead and plant our crops. As you see the tomatoes, this is falling over, so I got to do something about that. But you see how big they're getting? I mean, and we got Roma and regular beef tomatoes. So these is growing very well. And again, what we've done is we've gone ahead and we've taken the cuttings off of those to produce more tomato plants, and then we'll send those into the greenhouse to extend the growing season. And then you have our corn here. And you see our corn? And that's growing. And the reason why we're able to do this and be so efficient at it is the way in which we set up our garden. And as you see here, we got some sweet potatoes growing in here. We got a couple of different patches. We got some herbs right here. Now in here again, we've recently planted some more food. I think it's beets or something. Whatever we can plant right now, we've planted. And you got more herbs. You got plenty of parsley, mint. As you see here in this raised bed right here, we have a ton of sweet potatoes growing. And same right here, sweet potatoes. And then we got some tomatoes in here. And then we got some, I believe this is okra. We got growing in here. And then in here, we have some more plants growing. So I think we got some beets and some collard greens and some kale growing. We've also planted in here, and we got a lot of tomatoes growing, as you see. This is just what grows this time of year, so that's what we do. And then we have right in here, we have planted some lettuce and some more kale. And then here you see we got a whole bush of watermelon growing. And then in here, what do we got? We got some squash. And then we got our strawberry plants, but those have finished producing. And then when we go over here, we have another bed right here in which we have refertilized it with wood ash, sheep poop, as well as eggshells. You see? So this gives us the nutrients that we need in order to continue going on and getting this done. I mean, this is what this is about. But the idea is that, what is this thing doing? It's acting crazy. But this is what healthy eating and being able to produce yourself is all about. And then, of course, we have, I don't mow the lawn. Why mow the lawn when you can just let a couple of the sheep out? And so you let them out, and it's very much efficient. What is this thing doing? They go ahead and eat up all of the grass, and so it saves. What is this thing doing? I'll tell you, man, technology today is flipping it upside down and backside up and everything. But this is how we go about being efficient. This is how we go about ensuring that we can go ahead and produce our own food efficiently. And you know how long it takes to water all of this stuff? No more than 10 minutes. Because, after all, when you are doing this kind of work, you want to make sure that, I tell you, this thing ain't acting right at all. You want to make sure that you are being as efficient as possible when it comes to growing your food. You see, you have to be efficient, because if you're efficient in all that you do, like for instance, again, the reason why I don't cut the grass is because the sheep eat it. So why am I going to go ahead and cut something that the sheep can eat, right? And they eat all in the areas. They go all around and they eat all of the grass, so I don't have to cut it. And it brings to another thing. See, this is why it's so important to have a good irrigation system in place, because see, I have a high quality, high dollar hose that's attached to our well that we use to go ahead and go through all of the areas where our raised beds are and go ahead and plant. It reaches everywhere. So when I plant more raised beds over here, eventually to extend the ones that are here, we have the water right here available. See, it's all about being efficient. All about being efficient in what you're doing and how you're going about doing things. Because if you're efficient, it saves in time, energy, effort, money, and you can produce. You can continue to produce, because a lot of people. I see reports and get stories of people. Their whole garden has died because they don't have a good way of transporting or keeping those gardens irrigated. You see, garden without water is gonna die, and it ain't gonna produce some good fruit. So I'm showing you, the importance of being able to just do this. Look at these are raised beds. I could just walk up to them and pick the fruit out of the garden. It's just a beautiful, efficient way of going about doing it. I mean, I thank y'all for giving me the wisdom and the insight, and just to go about doing the garden this way, because it's saving. I'm telling you, man, it's saving in resources, it's saving in time, it's saving in energy, it's saving in effort, and it's producing results. And I'm liking the results a lot, especially in hot times like this, where you can go ahead. I mean, look at that. I just let that grow, and this is the compost bin right here. I just throw the food in there. But you see, we got more cucumber plants growing. We got beets growing. We got a lot of stuff growing in this raised bed right here. So, the name of the game definitely is to be efficient and cultivate your garden and be efficient at it in terms of how you're growing. And you can get the fruit. You can get the increase. It can be done, but you have to be efficient with your time and with your resources, because if you're efficient, it just saves, and you can invest that time and energy and effort in other things and other projects that you're doing. So there we go. This is the garden. This is what we're doing. And as you can clearly see, we are getting it done. Shalom.